What's up, people? Welcome to a beautiful day. Good God, where have these been the last week or so? I've missed this thing, whatever it's called, the sun. Before I begin, I owe a massive thank you to my latest patrons, Ben and Stuart. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. If any of you guys are interested, there's a link in the description below to my Patreon page. If you could spend just a couple of seconds to look at it and check it out, I would appreciate that massively. Anyway, let's move on. Today's subject is a little touchy, and it's gonna rustle some jimmies, put it that way. I think it's gonna get some people's backs up, but there's a reason for it, and let me tell you the story that inspired me to want to record this video. So the other day I was filtering through a queue of traffic, the lights were red, there were about 4 cars in front of me as I'm reaching the front, and just as I get to the front and stop, a cyclist comes up the outside of me, overtaking me while I'm overtaking this last car to get into the front, and goes straight through the red light. Boom. No fucks given. Guy just smashes straight through it. I can't believe there wasn't an accident. The only reason there wasn't is because the lights were a set of temporary ones and the delay on those things is massive. And it just blew my mind completely. I was like, wow, that guy could not have given more of a shit. He didn't even slow down a little bit. So how the hell was he so confident in the fact that there was nothing coming and about to just turn that fucker into jam right in front of the rest of us? Jesus. And I had an idea. Bolt of lightning just hit me in the head. And I had an idea. Probably shit, probably terrible for all kinds of reasons, and that's why I wanted to discuss it with you guys, because I'm sure that what sounds like a good idea to me, an uneducated, ignorant bellend, may sound utterly ridiculous to a lot of you guys. Cyclists, you guys are in my sights today. Not all of you, only the bellends, the ones who don't abide by the rules of the road, because that's really what bugs me. I have nothing against cyclists, I don't give a shit if you ride a bicycle. The way I see it, if you are using a road, the highway code should apply to you. Red lights, giveways, indicating, all this kind of shit. The rules are in place in such a way that everybody knows what the rules are. We're all on the same page, and that means to a degree we all know what to expect from other road users while we're driving or riding our motorcycles or on our bicycles or whatever the hell it is that we're using to get from A to B at any given time. We don't expect a guy in a car to run a red light. I know it happens. I'm not saying that people in cars and motorcycles don't break the rules too, but what I'm saying is bicycles are more prolific rule breakers because they're not held to account for what they do. How can they? They are effectively anonymous when they're on the road, right? So this is my potentially dipshit proposal for this problem, and I've given this next to no thought whatsoever, so bear with me and see if you can handle my retardery just for a few minutes. Your driving license is bound to you and your use of the road. Doesn't matter if you're in a car, on a motorcycle, in a van, in a fucking boat going down the highway. If you get points in any one of those vehicles, those points are on your license, regardless. I think it should be the same for bicycles. How about something like a vest, a high-vis vest, that if you are to ride a bicycle on the road, you must wear. It will be law to wear your vest, which has some kind of identifying number on the back or a QR code or something that's bound to your driving license. And if you don't wear your vest, for instance, you get a point on your license, and that includes your car license, your motorcycle license, all of it, because your license is your license, and you must wear a helmet on the road. If you're on the road without a helmet, 1 point on your license. Now we're going into the realms of, yeah, but what about insurance and all this kind of shit? Should bicycles have insurance? Honestly, I think yes. Should bicycles have expensive insurance? Hell no. Absolutely not. I really don't think they should. They shouldn't have to pay out of their ass. The whole point of riding a bicycle on the road is that it's cheap. No overheads, no fuel costs, and all this kind of shit. And I know already all the cyclists are going to be like, ah, fuck you, the reason I do it is to save money and stuff. I understand, but if you use the road, I feel like you should be covered in some way, not only for your own protection, but for everybody else's. And so if you're caught riding your bicycle on the road without your vest, you get a point on your license. If you're caught without wearing your helmet, you get a point. on your license. That way, if these bicycles can be easily identified, there's an incentive for them not to break these rules all the time. Because I understand the temptation. If you can get away with it, which they can, and they do, why wouldn't you, right? If there's no repercussions for doing it, why the fuck not? But that's got to change. Because honestly, I've seen it happen a lot, and I've kept my mouth shut the majority of the time, but it's common. It's really common, especially in built-up places. And the thing is, a lot of them will probably be thinking, yeah, but you know, it's my choice. If I get knocked off my bicycle, that's on me, it's my fault. But the thing is, it's not just you, is it? Because if you run a red light, because, well, there's no real reason for doing that anyway, unless your mother's dying in hospital, I don't really see what reason you have for running a red light. But if you get knocked off and killed, you're not the only one who suffers. You're really not. What about the poor bastard that's just crushed you underneath the front wheels of their car? They've got to live with that for the rest of their lives, man. That crushing, overwhelming guilt. Nobody needs to go through that. They really, really don't. So, in summary, my proposal, a vest, a high-vis vest that cyclists on the road must wear at all times. It's like your number plate, your registration, you know. It makes you identifiable. You run a red light, you can still get caught. The idea being that your license will have a bicycle entitlement, just like my driver's license now. My driver's license originally was for a car, and then when I passed my motorcycle test, I gained my motorcycle endorsement, right? Same for a bicycle, except everyone should have a bicycle endorsement from the get-go. Why not? But I'm sure that is a stupid idea for a whole bunch of reasons. And so ultimately, I guess really what I wanted to say was, what the hell do you guys think we should do? What is the solution to the out-of-control cyclists that have no respect for the road? Or, again, do I have sand in my vagina? Am I being overly precious about it? Are my feelings that if you use the road, you are a road user just like everybody else, and regardless of whatever vehicle it is you're using, you should abide by the rules that govern all vehicles? No? Yes? Am I being retarded? Am I being reasonable? Why is it a bad idea? Why is it a good idea? What could we do instead? Is it a big deal? Is it not a big deal? I don't know. I don't know. I was just shocked. I was just shocked by the fact that this cyclist didn't give a fuck about that red light. He just ploughed straight on through that shit. That was dumb, sir. I'm not going to give you a nod. That was dumb. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give me a shout. Let me know what's up. And in the meantime, guys, I've been Smo. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah.